Welcome to the Ingress Insights podcast, hosted by Pokemon Trainer J. Ingress Insights is a podcast about the Niantic game Ingress. Listen each week for the latest news, updates and rumours. Let us know your thoughts by leaving a voice message or emailing us at the links in the show notes.
Additional intel available.
Hello agents, and welcome to episode 80 of the Ingress Insights podcast. In this week's episode, we'll be going over the Plus Alpha updates, as well as general Ingress news. We've got a few little bits of Wayfarer news to cover as well. I won't get into my own gameplay as I usually do in the intro, because I've not been playing too much. I've not quite got the connector badge yet, so I don't want to cover that really until I get it. So I'll start off by going into the Anomaly news, and obviously this time around we're on the Plus Alpha Anomaly series.
What's up? This is Smooth Guy O, and you listen to the Ingress Insight podcast.
Depending on where you are in the world and what time and date it is where you are, the Plus Alpha Global Op campaign may already have finished. So it was running from the 18th of January 2025 at 12 AM local time and concludes on the 2nd of February 2025 at 11:59 PM local time. As I mentioned, it may already be over for you. Some agents have completed it already and been able to complete it the maximum number of times and get the maximum number of gear they're able to get from it. The Ingress team did publish an update on the 27th of January to say that the campaign stood at Enlightened 97.3 points and 102.7 points to Resistance. They noted every bounty counts. Resistance agents are averaging 15.44 bounties, while Enlightened agents are right behind at 15.30 bounties. This could all change and help out your faction to win the overall series for Plus Alpha. So there are 100 points split based on the total number of bounties claimed by each faction's members, and 100 points split based on the total Plus Alpha Op points earned by each faction's members. So if you've not done it yet and not got Assignment 1 or Assignment 3 done to get your medal, you can complete those, as I said, before 2nd of February, 11:59 PM. It'll all help out your faction to win this series, so it seems like things are pretty close. So if you do have a friend that's the same faction that you can nudge to get a little bit more done, I'd encourage doing that. And similarly, if you've not done it yourself, I'd encourage you to do it on there. Niantic will publish full details of who won the Global Op and where the points went shortly after. I think they said about a week after they'll publish those details. So hopefully by the time I get to next week's show, I'll be able to cover those details. But for now, go out, complete bounties if you can. That's all the news about the Plus Alpha Anomaly that I've got for this week. We do have the on-the-ground anomalies coming up on the 15th of February and the 22nd of February weekends. So those will be more details there and scores and everything that I'll be able to go through. But for now, that's it for the Plus Alpha Anomaly news. What I will do before I get into the main Ingress news is just cover what Niantic says anomalies are and talk about them a little bit, just in case you've not attended one. So I'll do that next. So what even is an anomaly, you may ask, if you've not played one before or not attended one for Ingress. Ingress define it two different ways on their help pages, so I'm going to go through and read those first of all and then give my view in a bit more detail. So the Ingress team say anomaly events are concentrated surges of XM that attract thousands of agents to key anomaly sites around the globe. These events typically include 5 hours of intense portal activity, with both factions battling for control of key portals and cells. The outcome of each anomaly series can change the course of the Ingress timeline and backstory. Each anomaly attended grants you a special medal to your agent profile for contributions towards your faction's goal. Then they have another bit that mentions an Ingress XM Anomaly event is a series of free Ingress events that you play as a team with other local and visiting agents against the other faction. These events are for Ingress players of all levels and last approximately 5 to 6 hours, including 3 to 4 hours of walking/biking gameplay. Some events may have a social meetup at the end. In addition, your faction may plan pre- and post-Anomaly faction events. If you'd like to get in contact with your faction in advance, see how you can contribute. It does list there about the local faction representative, but I'm not sure whether that link works. But I will link to the page where you can check that yourself. I took a moment to check it. It doesn't work, but I'll link to the page anyway. Those are Niantic's definition of what an XM anomaly is. There's been various ones over the years, all with different names. So we've had Cryptic Memories, Shared Memories, Umbra, Dosana Prime. I think there was one that was going to be called Requiem that ended up being Superposition or the other way around. There's been anomalies during COVID that were done in a different way. Generally, it's a big in-person event that happens, as it says, over the course of 5 to 6 hours. And generally what you'll do is communicate with your team before the event to get sorted into a smaller team so you know what you're doing, what area you'll be covering. The resistance generally use the website willbe.blue, whereas the enlightened generally use the website enl.rocks, and then you'll be able to see the links on there, and if you confirm your attendance you'll get into various chats and get sorted out from there and say what you can do. Say if you've got less mobility you can say that, and then you won't have to move around as much. If you're keen to go biking you can be part of a bike team or car team, whatever team you will feel best suited in. When you're actually at the event, then it's a case of going around following instructions from above. Basically, you'll have people organising the teams, telling you where you should go, what portals you should be attacking or hacking, and then you're trying to compete on that with your faction. And you're trying to score the most points by either capturing the portals, capturing the shards, or whatever it is for that anomaly. As I say, it all changes around what you should be doing depending on what the Ingress teams say is happening. For the last few years, the Anomaly's main focus has been on shards, so you do have a few events happen before the actual anomalies, such as Urban Ops and Stealth Ops. However, the main point is capturing shards, so making sure they move along links that you've got. And then, as I said, your team will help you organise those and depend where needs to link to what and what needs to be destroyed for the other team. So there's a lot of running around, make sure you're at the right point, make sure you're doing what you should be to help your team win, because there's a lot of points at stake. There's generally 93 points at stake from the flash shards and then 93 points at stake for the battle beacons. So that's your main points that you're scoring there and getting. Once the event wraps up, then the scores are announced by Niantic shortly after. And as I say, if there's anything that changes the lore or the storyline, that's announced at the end of the series. Sometimes it's announced at the end of all the series. So, for example, the Memory series, the lore updates were announced at the end of that, partially. There has been debate with agents whether it actually matters or not, or whether, regardless of who wins, the storyline is going to go where it's going to go. But all in all, it's a fun event to do. And normally you're on the ground with people that are in the same faction as you, people that may have travelled further. There's people who come from like the US or Japan for events I've been to. So I'd encourage you, if there is one that you can get to go and check it out, and you get to get a medal. You may get other things like bio cards from people. I'll cover that in another thing. But all in all, it's a good event, good to go out and be out playing in the real world, as Ingress say. So that's my basic short, but probably longer than I thought it was going to be, summary of what an XM anomaly is. If you've got anything you want me to add to it or anything you want me to explain further, let me know. I'll endeavour to do that. Next, I'm going to move into general Ingress news.
This is Shimon, former community manager for the Witcher Monster Slayer, and you're listening to Ingress Insights.
Ingress is a Lunar New Year event for the Year of the Snake started and finished before I could record the next episode. So it was running from the 29th of January to the 31st, and there was only one page of assignments for that, and you need to complete all of the bounties to advance. So you had to hack 3 portals, which got you 3 level 1 power cubes. Hacking 6 got you 6 level 1 power cubes. Hacking 9 got you 9 level 1 power cubes. It was on to glyph points after that, so earning 33 would get you 1 meetup beacon. Earning 66 glyph hack points would get you 1 very rare heatsink. And then 99 would get you 1 very rare multi-hat. And the final 3 were about recharging, so if you recharged portals with 3,333 XM, you got 3 level 6 power cubes. 6,666 XM got you 6 level 6 power cubes. And then finally 9,999 XM recharge portals got you 9 level 6 power cubes. So the rewards weren't fantastic, they were just little things to do, and then if you did them all you got 333 AP. It was nice that there was a meetup beacon, because ordinarily you wouldn't be able to get that without paying premium for it. So it may be people's first time actually earning a beacon. I know you can craft peace beacons, so maybe it's people's first time earning a meetup beacon at least. I don't know what rewards people expected when it said about auspicious rewards initially in the thing, but I don't know. I don't think they were that amazing. I didn't end up completing everything because I thought the 333 AP wasn't much to be gained really for me. And I kind of forgot to do the glyph hack points as well, to be honest. But it's still nice that we got a Lunar New Year event alongside the medal that I covered last time. I'm just hoping we get a better one next time around. On the last day of January, we got an update to the Ingress Prime app. So we're now on version 2.159.1. The update notes say they added tips to the loading screen on startup to help new agents, fixed ADIS animation new agent training, fixed medal award animation dispatch, and fixed missing close button on the dispatch info panel. So some of those you may not see if you're not a new agent, obviously, but I know the medal award in dispatch was showing a lot of pink, so it wasn't filled in properly as per the dev diary notes. And the tips on the loading screen are quite helpful. They're on other Niantic games as well. So one of them does say triangles are my favourite shape, which made me laugh when I saw that. But there's things about doing missions and getting banners, so it's little things like that I think will help new agents out. It's now just a case of Ingress make sure they advertise and push the game to get enough new agents, I suppose, as all the foundation seems like it's there for them to be fully onboarded to the game. It's a case of, as I say, find those people that do want to play the game and keep at the game as well. The Ingress team have also announced the mission days for Q2, so I'll read through the list here and then apologise in advance if I get any of these city names incorrect. So on the 6th of April, there's one in Vina del Mar in Chile. The 12th of April is in Hitachinaka City, Ibaraki in Japan. The 19th of April, there's one in Hyderabad in India. 26th, one in Maryborough in QLD, Queensland, Australia. 3rd of May, there's one in Cartagena, Colombia. 18th of May brings us one in Manila in the Philippines for the Anomaly Mission Day. And then 18th of May 2025 is one in Providence, Rhode Island for the United States Anomaly Mission Day similarly. The 7th of June, there's one in Augusta. I don't know what GA is, sorry, I should have looked that up before, but in the United States. The 15th of June, there's one in Perth, Australia and Chemnitz, Germany for the Anomaly Mission Days. The 21st of June, there's one in Tuscaloosa in the United States. And 28th of June is the last one for Q2 in Yuba City, Yamaguchi, Japan. So if you do live near or close to those cities, you can go and attend Mission Day, earn your Mission Day badge by completing the Niantic list of missions that are there, and then have a fun time socialising with other agents and exploring the city if you've not explored it before. Then the next Ingress event we've got in the calendar is Second Sunday, so this is on the 9th of February, obviously being the second Sunday of the month. So I just wanted to run over a quick reminder of what you actually need to do on Second Sunday and when it runs to, and then how you can earn a medal from doing that. Ingress's Second Sunday event is an event that happens from 12 AM to 11:59 PM local time every second Sunday of every month. So, for example, the 10th of August, I think, and the 14th of September 2025 would both be second Sundays. As I say, these happen at local time from 12 AM to 11:59 PM. From these, you can earn a medal for your second Sunday tick. And what you need to do for that is complete at least one assignment out of the 4 possible assignments that have been made available. You can do those anywhere, as at any time between 12 AM and 11:59 PM. So you can complete 6 all-time unique missions. You can earn scout control on 5 new portals. You can visit 5 all-time unique portals, that means hack them. Or you can reclaim 20 Machina portals, which means blow them up, place at least 1 resonator on them. You can complete all of these bounties if you want to, but you don't have to, you only have to complete 1. Once you complete 1, you can then claim that bounty and then claim the assignment as complete, and that will give you 1 tick on your second Sunday medal. The second Sunday medal starts, as all medals do, at bronze, so for that you need to attend 1 second Sunday event, so complete 1 second Sunday that month. So if I complete 1 in February, for example, I'll then get a second Sunday bronze medal if I've not done any before. Silver is completing 6 second Sunday assignments. Gold is completing 12 second Sunday assignments. Platinum is completing 24 second Sunday assignments. You need to do second Sunday for 2 years. They don't have to be consecutively. And then finally, Onyx is doing 36 second Sunday assignments. So this doesn't matter if you complete 1 of them or if you complete all 4 on the second Sunday, it will only count as completing 1. So you would need to do a whole 3 years of second Sunday assignments to be able to get the highest level medal. Again, don't have to all be consecutive. You can miss one and then go back 3 months later or something and pick up medal exactly where you were last time. But if you do want to try and get a higher level medal, you do need to make sure you complete at least one of those 4 assignments on second Sunday, which, as I mentioned, is always the second Sunday of the month and always from 12 a.m. local time to 11:59 p.m. local time. So hopefully that makes second Sunday a bit clearer. But if you've got any questions, do leave comments and let me know. I'll do my best to answer them. That's all the Ingress news for this week, so I'm going to move in and close out with a little bit of Wayfarer news, but again, there's not a whole lot there either.
Hi, this is HP Bulola, and you're listening to the Ingress Insights podcast.
Firstly, for Wayfarer, the application for the new cohort of Wayfarer ambassadors have now closed, so unfortunately if you've not applied, you're not in the running. I expect there'll be a few weeks for Niantic to go through everything, and then they'll announce who the new cohort are, and then the previous cohort 2 will step down because they've done their 2 years. There's also been some minor updates to the Niantic Wayfarer website, so Upgrade Next has now been removed, and the setting for automatically applying upgrades is now defaulted to off. So if there were any new Wayfarers, they may have reviewed and earned an upgrade, and then it's automatically spent on something they didn't want it to. So that's now off by default, and Upgrade Next became a bit redundant when people were choosing what to upgrade anyway, so it made sense to remove that. And then in addition, there's some new images you'll see of Niantic's mascot Captain Dotty on the site, discussing, reviewing, submitting, things like that before you actually log in. You can now also filter your Wayfarer contributions by appeal accepted or appeal rejected to get a clear view on what's happened with them. And if you tap on them, you'll also be able to see your appeal notes that you've sent to Niantic. And previously that was only available using third-party plugins, so you can now see that natively. You don't have to have any fancy plugins to get that working. Then there's been no further update on this, but I just want to share that there's been no update to say machine learning is back on for accepting nominations. It's still on for rejecting and for approving edits, but it's no longer on for automatically approving things. So you'll get no more 22 hours for something gets added to the map, as people were having that with machine learning. But I know I'd seen some dodgy things that went live, so maybe there's some issues with it that will take more time to fix. I wouldn't personally hold out waiting for nominations to be taken by the machine learning. I'd probably submit them and let the community vote on them personally. I've released a few now that have gone through absolutely fine. I think I had to appeal one, but then that got accepted anyway. So I wouldn't hold my breath on machine learning coming back anytime soon if it's taking this long to fix. Then that's it for Wayfarer and for general news for the podcast, so I'll move in now to get things wrapped up.
This is Jessica Jung, lead producer of Peridot, and you're listening to Ingress Insights.
Thank you all for listening to this episode of the Ingress Insights podcast. Next time we go through the Global Op campaign results and see who's ahead or there on points. We may also have details of the next cohort of Wayfarer ambassadors, so I'll go through those if we do get the list by that time. And then we'll have the upcoming XM Anomaly as well on the 15th of February to discuss any details there. I'm also wondering whether we'll get a Valentine's Day event before that, because that'll be obviously on the 14th of February, a day before the XM Anomaly. So who knows, we may get something sneaky in or a badge that they can sell. It has happened before. We've had the linking hearts with the XM event, so who knows, it may come up, but we may get nothing. But let me know your thoughts if you think we're going to get an event, or if you're attending an Anomaly, how your Ingress gameplay's been. Just leave me comments. It's always good to hear, and always good to, if you rate the podcast if you can, or leave comments. Apparently it helps reach and the algorithm, all those fancy things. Thank you once again for listening. Hope you have a great Sunday, and happy hacking, agents. Thank you, agents, for listening to the latest episode of the Ingress Insights podcast. If you'd like to follow us on social media, you can do that on a few channels. So on Threads under the name ingress.insights, on Instagram under the name ingress.insights as well. Twitter/X, which posts episodes of the podcast, is under Ingress Insights, no dot in that one. And you can also watch these episodes on YouTube under Ingress Insights podcast. You can send us a voice message by visiting the podcaster's Spotify page. And finally, you can buy Ingress Insights merch, such as mugs, pins, t-shirts, by going to epublic.com/user/ingress-insights. And on there, you'll see all the designs that we've got listed at the moment. There are some new ones that will be coming up at some point soon, but you can buy your Ingress Insights mug, hats, t-shirts, tote bags, anything like that you want. Thank you again for listening. Hope you tune in next week. If you do like the show, please do rate it on the podcast service you're listening to. I look forward to speaking with you all about Ingress again.
Intel package transferred.